What's going on, people?
Let's go!
Sir! We are back for another installment of Talks. But everybody who's watching the video, and for the people who are listening, you're about to see and hear a different voice, and that is the voice and the beautiful visuals of Mr. Ethan Caines. How are we doing, brother?
That's me. I am splendiferous, as a king might say. A certain king, Mr. Waffles, over there in the building. Thank you very much for having me today. It's a pleasure to share the energy with you, share the motivation. What's on the cards today?
Oh, it's gonna be a fantastic day. We've got some good questions. We want to talk about motivation, what it takes to be motivated, how we stay consistent in that work. And then I've got I think I might have organised the best 3 intermediary questions that I've ever come up with. We've had some good ones. We've had LeBron versus Jordan. We've had what's your favourite sauce. Like, I feel like the 3 ones I've got today, they're gonna challenge you guys. So I'm very, very excited. It's gonna be a great, great day. But first of all, how are both your weeks going?
My week's going absolutely, normal.
Yeah?
Normal. It's that high.
Let's
the level's
go.
always going. I'm always creeping up. Staying motivated, continue to move forward, and, keep that energy 100, you know what I mean? So that's what we on. We're gonna have a great talk today, and you know what? I'm gonna talk about some food, because that's what I do. Let's go, let's get it, man. What about you, bro?
Well, first of all, I'm excited for Fabian's food, 5 minutes or whatever you want to call it. This week has been really nice for me. For the last 3 months, I've been either working or studying, and I've had no days off that I've booked specifically. So following on from the bank holiday, I had a couple of extra days. I got on the Boris bike, fuck Boris, but I don't know if I can say that on this podcast, but I'm going to say that anyway.
The Boris bike.
I rode it down to Chelsea, Fantasy area, just enjoyed the sun, enjoyed the gardens, walking in nature, and just reflecting on the first 3 months of life, whether I've hit the goals, and what my goals are, setting goals going forward, just like you guys have said I should be doing.
Let's go. That sounds absolutely fantastic.
Get onto the Boris bike though as well, like, I wasn't really getting it. And first of all, I was speaking this the other day. Everyone calls it the Boris bike, and it is a Santander bike, right?
Yeah.
So surely this man's got to be getting some kind of accolade or some kind of funding.
Royalties,
yeah. Got something, because everyone calls it the Boris bike. It don't matter who you are, you hear someone call, hey, that Boris bike, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I've been getting it recently because I can get it from London Bridge straight to work. And I thought, why not? I'm at 6 o'clock in the morning, nice little ride across the river. Great. So yeah, Boris biking is actually right. £2 for 30 minutes. Can't go wrong.
100%. Okay, so we're gonna get into the meat. We're gonna get into the meat, and we'll I don't even know where to go from there.
Yeah, we're gonna snip that out. That was funny. That's definitely gonna go to the clip.
That'll be in the outtakes.
Yeah, but let's go.
So jumping on from the Boris bike conversation, we're gonna get into the main topic. We're definitely gonna cut it up in the middle with some fun bits, but we're gonna get into the main topic. And the main topic was provided by our excellent guest Ethan today. Would you like to break it down for us, sir?
So,
I'll put him on the spot, by the way, guys, if you can't.
Topic of today is how to stay motivated. What happens when you're not motivated? How do you find that motivation again? And the energy that you need to bring to keep yourself motivated, whether it's physical, mental, emotional. We've got the Kings right here. They've conquered it. As you've heard in the previous podcast, they've battled grief. They've talked about building dreams, goals. How do you make sure that your energy and your motivation pushes you towards those dreams and goals?
First of all, I can't even say how well that was done. That incredible stuff. Thank you.
The narrator.
I am flustered just by how good that was. Very well performed.
You think it was come from a script?
Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't have an auto cue behind the camera or anything. That was just off the dome. You're definitely going to be a freestyle rapper in your future. I see it. Grand champion.
Bars for days.
So, yes, motivation. For me, I find having a motivated mindset and a motivated lifestyle is something that is an everyday occurrence. It's the small moments. It's a quote that we had up on the whiteboard. We have a whiteboard in our flat, and on the whiteboard we put up little things that potentially can motivate us, keep us focused. And it was the aggregation of marginal gains. Was that what it was?
That was it.
Yeah. So there was a I can't remember his name. and I'm not going to try and make up a name. So there was a guy who was hired to increase the quality and the level of the performance of the British cycling team, right?
Dave Brailsford,
right? And we're not going to talk about the potential for other things that have happened in the nearer future where there have been scandals or whatever, but one of the things he believed in was the aggregation of marginal gains. And that was all about slowly building up on the small things that make the overall product better. So for example, he turned the inside of the bike truck all white. And the reason why he did that was because if you turned the inside of the bike truck all white, you could see dirt in the truck. And if there was dirt in the truck, the dirt would get on the wheels and it would degrade the wheels faster. And it would overall worsen the quality of the bikes. Now, something like that is something that's never been considered before.
Yeah.
Something like that is something that's so minute and minuscule that's not even considered. And potentially, if somebody had considered it before that, they'd be like, what's the point? It doesn't make any sense. You know, I'd rather focus on the leg strength and the leg power of my riders as opposed to the amount of dirt that's in a truck. And so this man, every single day, his whole job was to build this aggregation of marginal gains where you slowly build very, very small pieces to make your overall product or whatever it is, whatever you're trying to do, the overall result better. And I believe my process and my understanding of being motivated and living within a motivated mindset is exactly that. It is the aggregation of marginal gains. It's waking up 5 minutes earlier. It is trying to eat the right things. It is telling yourself a positive story to start the day, saying, I've got this, I can do this, I feel confident, I feel powerful, I feel strong, all of those things. I feel happy. Slowly building those up through the day, and then building them up over the space of a week, a month, a year, and hopefully the aggregation of marginal gains to building up a happy and successful life. So I would get into a little bit more of that, but I'll save it for a little bit later because I would like to ask both of you guys what trying to live a motivated life and having a motivated mindset looks like to you. Fabian?
For me, there's quite a few things that keep me motivated and live that motivated life. And for me, it's like one thing I always say, like, you know, people go on a Sunday, they always say, back to work Monday or back to the grind. Like, I would say the same thing. Every Sunday I say back to the grind.
Yep.
But I always say it for another reason. I don't say it because I'm not looking forward to go to work.
Yep.
I'm saying it for the reason where I'm saying it's one more week closer to where I want to be.
Yep.
Like where I actually want to be in life. Because I'm making those steps where I'm making sure I achieve something every week. I achieve something every day. I don't just have a whole week and go, it's just another week. It's what did I do that week? It could be us doing this podcast. It could be us going through designs of something that we're trying to put together. Keep quiet. But yeah, so it's so much it can actually be, and that's the whole point of living that motivated actual mindset, that actually living that life and giving yourself those actual points to go for. And it's the whole thing is what I say to people, what are you actually working for? What are you living for? Because there are so many people out there that you're just going to work 9 to 5 every day and you don't even know what you're working for. You're working just to pay your bills. What is the point of that? Because then it's just like, but then I can't live. Find a reason to you why you want to live. This is when people deal with depression. They think, like their life's not great. Like you said, working out, taking time out for yourself, doing things that you like. That's the whole reason why you work. It might be because you work all year to go on holiday for that one time every year. Maybe that's the reason what you look forward to. But there's so many little things you look forward up to that day. It's booking a ticket. It's looking out there to see what excursion you can do. It's looking to see, what plane am I getting on? What airport am I going to? All those little things lead up, and they're little things you should be excited about because it's that one big thing you're looking forward to.
You know what? Can I cut you off just for a second there? And what Fabian was just talking about, the building up to going on holiday, this actually reminds me of a trip that us three went on to Snowden. And this is just in case you guys recognise the man over there, Ethan's face. This is a man who climbed Snowden with us. So just to really put the background, I remember the excitement we felt from going on that trip, going on planning the journey, planning the day, booking the Airbnb, all of those things. You're completely right. There is some real purpose and value in that. Sorry for cutting you off.
Yeah, well, but that's it. Exactly what you're saying there. It is the purpose and the value of each day it takes, and that's how you continue to be motivated. That's how you get into that motivated mindset. Because once you find one thing, that's it. It's the same thing when we say going to the gym. There's a reason why we go to the gym every day, because it's that feeling once you're in the gym. You feel the pump, you feel the sweat, and then you step out the gym. You feel that 1%. better you do feel. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna go again the next day to feel 9%. Now that's 2%. And then after 3-4 months, you're looking at yourself like, wow, is that me in the mirror? Do you know what I mean?
Who's that man? I got you.
Yeah, so that's definitely how I see that.
Yep.
My bro.
Okay, hit me with the question one more time, just so I can make sure I'm focusing in.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does living a motivated life and having a motivated mindset mean to you? Where do you find your motivation and how do you cultivate it?
So I say, akin to both of you, I have goals that I want to meet. I have a focus and targets which I have set myself in order to be the best version of myself that I can be, not only for myself, for my family, my friends. So my motivation comes from lifting up the people around me, but lifting up myself in order to do that. Going out every single day and trying to be the best at everything that I can possibly be. When I'm washing dishes in circles, like Mr. Miyagi. I got it nice and clean, wax on, straight on. When I'm going down and seeing the country guys at the front desk, I'm saying, hi, how are you doing? How can I make your day better? This morning, I had a phone call with a person who reached out to me on LinkedIn to ask, how can I learn about the company that you work for? How can I apply for the job? What is the best way to do it? And sharing that energy with other people, like-minded people, is massively motivational for me. Fabian captured so many of the same points. We're very akin in our mindset, working out, staying hard, improving every single day, and seeing the results of those improvements to pushing you further is why I like to be motivated.
Ooh, okay, I think some incredible answers there. So now, we're going to get into one of the fun questions, because you guys definitely smashed that one out of the park.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so the first question I'm going to ask you is, the second question's on food, so don't worry, the second question's on food. The first question's not on food, the first question is actually on music.
Take them off food.
So the first question's on music. Now,
Okay.
the reason why I threw a music question in here is because Ethan is a massive music fiend. For anybody who's ever been on a car journey with Ethan or just been lucky enough to listen to a playlist by Ethan, it's incredible. The flavours that your ear receives.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you guys now, if you could listen to one genre of music for the rest of your life, what would it be?
You can go first.
Okay, I got you. Put me on the spot. I appreciate that, giving the guest the opportunity.
Yeah.
For me, it has to be hip-hop music.
Okay.
And I say hip-hop very specifically because hip-hop is bigger than rap for me.
Yep.
Hip-hop is the culture. Hip-hop is everything that comes with it. Hip-hop is the variety of genres that fall in. Hip-hop was my first love. When I heard Clint Eastwood, Gorillaz, if you haven't heard that, go and watch the video, check it out. It's a great song featuring De La Soul, one of the best groups coming out of the golden age of hip-hop. Hip-hop connects with me in a way that I've never been able to connect with any other music. All the way, we've got Kanye, Jay-Z, up to Kendrick. When we were riding in the car, we've got Lil Tecca on, we've got something. There are so many artists of different backgrounds, races, creeds, all of that, who put their pen to paper and create brilliant sounds and brilliant tones with the use of their voice. Shout out to Unknown T, if you know who he is. Using that power in a way that empowers people, creates fantastic moments. Some of the best moments in my life have been soundtracked by hip-hop songs. Yeah, that's me. What about you, Phil?
100%.
Wow.
I'm actually going to give it on to Jed. I'm going to let Jed take it first.
That's like, you got it.
I think I'm going to be very different to both of you. So,
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's interesting. So for transparency, right, I would also say hip hop. But we've had that answer, so I want to provide some variety.
Well, we might want to hear your actual reasons. You might have different reasons why you say hip hop. You know.
Hip hop for me is a whole. Hip hop for me is transformative. Hip hop has transformed my life.
Okay.
Before I was listening to hip hop, I felt like I lacked in confidence in understanding of the world. You know, I used to be in my own bubble, and when I first listened to hip hop, and actually it was Clint Eastwood. You know, those kind of records there that really brought me into understanding a whole world that I didn't know before.
Yeah.
So that would have been one of the reasons why I'd picked hip hop, because almost all my favourite artists are hip hop artists. But you know, I'm gonna take it down a different lens. I'm gonna say 2006 to 2014, 13, I'm gonna say rock music, yeah? Because back in the day, I was a rock music fiend, and a particular type of rock, actually, like emo back in the day. I don't know if you remember, Fabian, but I had the Fringe. Do you remember that?
I remember the Fringe.
You remember back in the day, I had the Fringe?
What was that channel called? Kerrang?
Kerrang, yeah! And Scuzz. It was Kerrang and Scuzz. They were the two channels I listened to. And like, I can't lie, there was something about emo music that has come back now really very nicely with, what's his name? I've forgotten his name.
Juice WRLD?
Juice WRLD. Yeah. Juice WRLD. It's great. I love how you just knew what I meant. Where like, there's the music allows you to feel something. It really opens up your ability to feel. And I feel for a lot of people, and especially me when I was young, I needed that way to feel. Yeah. This is when I was going through my depression, as we've spoken about in a previous episode. And I was given the opportunity to properly feel through the lens of somebody else who could vocalize the emotions in a better way that I couldn't. So that is why maybe I would say going back to that whole old emo rock kind of vibe.
Right, so both great genres, but I go back to the question: is what music genre can I listen to for the rest of my life? So when you say that question to me, I think about I've made it to where I want to be in life, and now I'm enjoying life. And hip hop, amazing. So many artists I could go for days and listen to hip hop. And it kind of led me back to like the R&B soul days as well.
So, shout out to Erykah Badu real quick.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Erykah Badu. I'm talking about some Jill Scott. I'm talking about Neo. I'm talking about Janaea Aiko. Talking about her. We're talking about what's her name? Oh my gosh, I forgot her name. Where she sings. Show me my fingers.
This is just going to turn into a karaoke podcast.
Lauryn Hill. There we go.
Sir.
Lauryn Hill. See, all of that. Like, I could go there, but for me, I'm thinking about it and I think like, what would I be doing the rest of my life and what would I be listening to? And I'll be very simple. It'd be loft music, you know?
Really? What, the lo-fi? Yeah!
Yeah, because for me, I could have that on 24/7.
Yeah.
And the reason why, if you don't know what this is, I think Will Smith did a whole one as well.
He did, yeah.
On YouTube, there's a lot of lo-fi. I call it loft music, and it's basically just really peaceful background kind of music. And the reason why I could listen to that for probably the rest of my life is because, like I said, I could have it on 24/7, and it would give me that chill vibe. My mind would be at peace and completely open. Yeah. And for me, that's serenity, because then I can plan, I can make anything, any kind of idea could come to me just like that, because my mind's at peace, where I'm not trying to, it's not lost in like my own thoughts. Yeah. So there I'll be like, normally I'm like that. With that on, I'm clear.
Fabian the visionary. Every time I take a question to Fabian, he says, you asked a question that was at this level. I'm going to take it to that level. I appreciate that so much. And I feel like I was a part of that journey, because I feel like I introduced you to lo-fi. There was a hip-hop, there was a lo-fi hip-hop beats playlist that I used to listen to. There was one with a raccoon, and there's one with a girl like sitting at a window.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah. And like the fact that like that has led to this just brings me endless amounts of joy. So I feel very, very blessed and very lucky to be a part of that journey.
Love the lo-fi.
Yeah, lo-fi is genuinely like, I would, same as you, listen to it all day, every day.
But that's it. Like, for me, I just see myself, I could sit literally on a beach all day alone and have it playing in my ears.
Oh, 100%. Okay, now moving back into the more serious focus, the main focus of today. When you've been, focusing and pushing and feeling motivated for a long time, and you're doing things, you're going, how do you guys stay consistent? When every single day you're following these trends, what is it that makes you every single day keep the consistency in wanting to be motivated? What is it? That's my next question for you, because I know how I do, and I feel it's very simple for me. But I want to hear you guys. Would you like
to go first?
I would love to go first. Thank you very much. This man is a gentleman, right? So, how do I stay motivated on a consistent basis when I'm doing my thing? I think that going back to the aggregation of marginal gains, for me, building habits enables me to do things on a consistent basis. The motivation can wane. I might not necessarily be in the mindset where I wake up, I'm feeling tired or groggy, but I know that if I don't do this work today, I'm going to have to do twice the amount of work tomorrow. If I set myself just 10 minutes of work, I better do these 10 minutes to make sure that I am enabling myself to go through the rest of the day happy. If I don't exercise in the morning, if I don't do my studying, if I don't do my Spanish, I feel lesser. I feel like I haven't quite achieved the goals. I know that I'm going to have to make it up on Sunday. So I plan for myself tomorrow. I am always planning for future Caines. I try and live in the moment as much as possible, but when I make my decision...
Sorry, just a did you say future Caines or future Caines?
Future Caines, like, you know future trucks? Future Caines in the building.
Yeah. So if you don't know, so we had to slow you down there so they understand what just happened.
Yeah, that was a nugget. That was a nugget.
That was a nugget.
Okay, because obviously he's called E Caines, right? We call him E Caines. That's his name. He said for future Caines. Okay, check him out. He's on Instagram. E Caines. Continue.
That was incredible.
Thank you for the shout out. So planning for future Caines involves doing the best and being the best every single day. And I need to make it as easy as possible because there's going to be one day where future Caines isn't feeling as much, or he can't do it because he's got to look after something else,
100%.
or do something else. So, for the time that I am healthy and in a fantastic spot, I got to make the most of every opportunity that I have. That's my motivation.
Jeez.
Pass it on to you.
Woo!
Wow.
You get me? Went like 6 rounds with the beast. Yeah. But yes, for me, it's like I see it like this. When you've been down low, right, and you said, all right, let me start trying to fix something. Let me start trying to fix myself. So you've got that bit of motivation and it starts. And then you do it again the next day. You do it again the next day. Now, we put into simple things as you're going to the gym. You want to lose weight. First week you didn't lose weight. Second week you only lost £1. That's the first bit of motivation. You say like, okay, it's working.
Yep.
2 more weeks, you've lost £3. And you continue and you continue and you continue. It's the same thing, you're in debt. You owe £1,000. They say you can pay £5 a month. You start paying £5 a month, that's £60 a year. That's the first year. That should be your first bit of motivation.
Yep.
And for me, this is how I see it and how I play it in my head. And this is why I keep my motivation so high and I keep it on 100, is for the fact of that when I start to see the results, it drives me to go do more.
Yeah.
Just because I've made £1,000 or just because my body's looking just a little bit better, I ain't slowing down. I'm speeding up. Just because we launch a business and the business is now worth, say, 100 million, it doesn't mean I'm supposed to put my feet up and say I've done it.
Yep.
Let's speed up and make more millionaires.
Yeah.
That's how I see it for myself. It's not a case of just because I'm winning, I need to make my whole circle win. No, it's how about continue to build this road so no one ain't got to drive down it, everyone can walk at a nice pace.
There's one thing that I'm going to interrupt you again because you just keep coming with this. Like, we got to jump in just to really highlight. There's one thing that you said which I think is really, really important, is that you appreciate the small gains that you make. You are very present and you're mindful of the moment. When you make that, I lost my first £1, that's something to celebrate and use that to drive yourself forward. So I think that's a brilliant thing. Stay focused, be in the moment, and use that to propel yourself forward.
Well, this is the whole thing. Is just that for me, in like our lives, right? In our where we are, right? People find £50 or you make £50, say in trading or whatever, and people go, oh yeah, it's not that. That's not a lot.
Yeah.
But that could be 100% of your account. It could be 20% of your account. What you don't understand, the guys in Wall Street do it with 10 million. Yeah. So to them, they made the same amount they made that same move that you made, but they just have a lot more to make from it.
Yeah.
It's like when they talk about Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. Oh, Elon Musk put 100 and something million into Bitcoin. He has that to do that. You only got £10, so start with £10 because that £10 can still be £12 tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's that whole, like I said before, people are too busy trying to win the race. It's not a race when it's your life. Right? That's simple as that. It's like, it's your life. Stop trying to race people for your own life because the only person that can win or lose is you.
We just need to say that again. It's not a race when it's your life. You know what? I don't even know if I'm needed in this podcast, guys. They're dropping bombs. They're dropping gems and absolutes. stunning pieces of wisdom, and that's exactly it. It is that. First of all, get started. I think is one of the things you're saying there. Is get started. Like if you've got £10 to put in, do that. Don't worry about what Jeff Bezos or them man are doing there, which is really important. And then it's that process of building up and building momentum, which I think is really, really, really valid. That's powerful stuff.
So yeah, man. So that is my thing. It's like I said, it's not a race, innit? Because it's your life.
Yeah.
The only person that's on that track, that's in the ring, is you. Mm-hmm. If you get knocked down, it's because you knocked yourself down. Don't think, oh, it's my boss. I got fired because my boss. Nah, you got knocked down, but who's got to get you back up? You. Mm-hmm. You might need a helping hand, and your friends might be there to get the towel. You know, it's like you got a little 30-second break, or you get the pit stop. Your friends are there, say, "All right, let's go, dust it off, back in and back out." Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, that's it. What about you, bro? Did you say your part?
I didn't. I've just been soaking in the glory that is YouTube's wisdom right now. The energy and the focus. Thank you so much.
Do a podcast, you know.
For real, I mean, if you guys are talking like we're about to start a movie. That's how it goes right now. So for me, how do I stay consistent? How do I stay focused and pushing forwards? For me, I have my consistency in my inconsistencies. And let me clarify that because that could sound a little bit off. What I mean by that is I am completely secure and okay in my drive, right? Mm-hmm. I know what I'm capable of and I know where I'm going. I know my end goal. So I have my end goal and I know how to build the momentum towards that end goal. But I also love myself and care about myself enough to know that if there is a day in which I am inconsistent, if there is a day in which I get up at midday or I don't do something that has made me 1% better, which is vital, which is important, I'm not going to kill myself about it.
Yeah.
I know that I can get up the next day and start running again and get up the next day and push forwards. I think there's something very, very important in being okay and being comfortable in moments of inconsistency, in moments of challenge. Yeah. Because we all go through challenges and we all go through moments where we're like, oh, I'm not feeling the energy today. Even if nothing's happened, you might just wake up and be like, oh, I'm exhausted, I'm feeling rough. That's okay, that's fine.
But just to cut you there, that's the next level of that motivation is being comfortable in the discomfort, being comfortable in the uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Because once you start to do those things, it's like you said, like talking in front of people, not feeling the pressure. Mm-hmm. Like it's the way, like I say it to you all the time, it's the way you can go into any room and you can change someone's day and they've only met you that day. Mm-hmm. Like that's being comfortable in the uncomfortable because you've shown someone that's uncomfortable to be, I can be comfortable around you now. Mm-hmm. Continue, my friend.
I mean, you put it into words that my mind haven't even processed, so I appreciate that. But yeah, it's a form of self-love and being okay with that discomfort there that I find allows me to be consistent. Yeah. Because I never have so much pressure on myself that I'm like, I have to do it this day and then the next day and this day. Yeah. Because I know, oh damn, if I go 7 days in a row and have 1 day off, I'm like, I'm completely okay because I know I can then go 8 days in a row after that 1 day off. That's being able to trust yourself. There are people who are putting so much pressure on themselves that they don't trust themselves, that they can catch themselves if they fall. It comes back to what you were saying is about, for example, you knock yourself down, but also you can get yourself back up. Okay, and that's it. We've got to believe in ourselves and we've got to pick ourselves back up.
And it's like what you just said, I used to say this all the time to my cousin. And I said to him before, like, we'll have a late night out. And I'm like to him, I'm working tomorrow, but I've got work in the morning, so I'm probably not going to sleep. I might just get some work done in the evening. And he goes, you're going to be tired. I said, I'll sleep on Sunday. I'll catch up on it. I'll catch up on sleep. He goes, how do you catch up on sleep? I said, you just catch up on that day, you just sleep for like 15 hours and you're all right. And it's what you're saying there. For me, like that's how I used to think. Because I think that one day I might sleep for 15 hours, but I'm ready to go again for straight 8 days with no sleep or with only 6 hours sleep. And like, let's go. Like, I don't mind. We got work to do. And that's it.
That, you know what? First of all, I want to break that into two things. We're not promoting going 6 days without sleep. First of all,
definitely not. I'm definitely not.
But it reminds me of what E.T. Has said in a talk before about how Beyonce said she went 4 days, she didn't sleep because she was trying to finish her album. And it reminds me of that. When you have that drive and that moment of that spark, you can do things like that and you can really push yourself to the limit. Because you know that afterwards you can fall and crash and then build yourself up again. Cool. So I genuinely appreciate that sentiment. So the second fun question of the day. It's the food one, so I know Fabian's about to be excited.
I'm ready.
Now this one, I think this one's going to be interesting, and I think we're going to do a poll on Instagram, on YouTube, on all of the platforms we can, because this one I think is an interesting one for both of you guys. If you can only have one for the rest of your life, Is it waffles or pancakes?
Wait.
We need some clarification.
Clarification here. Because you can't just say waffles or pancakes. Before anyone answers, this is we need to clarify this, right? And before you put your answer into the poll, we need to let me clarify, right? Because he said waffle or pancakes. Now, there's a proper waffles first, like the Belgian waffles.
Yeah,
right?
Belgian.
We're talking about them kind of waffles
thing.
there, the proper waffles, not no digger little walls, whatever they are.
Hey, don't say for walls now.
Don't them little toasty waffles and thing, or the potato waffles. We don't do them things right there. We're talking the real, the creme de la creme, yeah? So we clarified that one. Now pancakes, because some people like them flat rubbish crepe pancakes, yeah?
He's sending for crepes, you know?
Sending for me.
Crepes are my favourite form of pancake!
Like, see what I'm saying? And then you got my proper lovers, you know, the fluffy fluff. The fluffos, yeah? With the maple syrup.
Fluffy fluffs.
Yeah? The fluffos, yeah? With all the bacon and all the fruit, whatever you want to put on there, whatever you eat with, you know, the fluffle. Like, if you go to Bill's, see Bill's Cafe, they do great pancakes, right?
They do.
And just get with the fruit. Don't be craving with the bacon, just get with the fruit.
Maple syrup with the berries at Bill's. Yeah, that's the one.
See, this is what I said, clarification.
So what I'm gonna do is, some people can't have the big pancake thing because they might have ingredients in there which they can't eat. So I'm gonna say you choose what you have.
But that's what I'm saying. So when we do the bowl, we're gonna say thin pancake, fluffy pancake, and proper waffles.
Proper waffle.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're a waffler, then you're a waffler. It's simple as, you know. So we're gonna do that. But for me, this is hard. You know, I'm not gonna lie. You might have to go.
You know what? I'll go. Yeah, and I'm gonna take my little crepes and my galettes. Shout out to Brazil out there. The savoury option for the pancake.
Yeah.
I'll take the really small ones that you get the little not starter but like a finger food or something like that. The one where they do a little bit of smoked salmon. That's the variety that I want. Most waffle places for me, they've got egg in. I've got an egg allergy, as you now know.
We don't do eggs around here.
No eggs.
Yep.
I appreciate that last episode you came with a no egg energy.
Yeah, always, every day. No eggs. We don't bring eggs to this podcast.
I'm not gonna lie, he's my boy, but his votes invalid because he don't like eggs.
It's not that he doesn't like eggs, he can't eat it.
Yeah, he can't eat eggs, so his votes invalid, so forget that. But continue. I'm gonna let him go.
Pancakes and galettes offer variety. If you're ever in Brixton, there's a beautiful galette place. I can't remember the name of it, but shout out to that place. Shout out to Alex who works there. He's the manager. They do amazing, both savoury and sweet pancakes.
I might try to find the link, pull it below. If it's there, it's there.
Yeah.
If you want to sponsor us, I'll have some free for one time. Yeah, pancakes for me. Variety, flavours.
Yep.
You can go crispy, you can go soft with the pancakes. You can get that fluffiness as Fabian so eloquently described.
What, in the finting?
Huh?
In the finting?
No, just pancakes are cool. Pancakes are
Okay. What was he? He said fluffy, I don't know.
You know what? Enough waffling, enough pancaking about. What are you saying?
No, go on, Jed.
Pass the butt.
First of all, okay, I'll take it. I'll have the pancake waffle back on, because if you guys have ever watched American football, there's a thing called a pancake block, and a pancake block is when offensive lineman or anybody pushes somebody over onto the floor. They put them on their back, and I have been fortunate and blessed enough to see the man sitting directly next to me, Fabian, pancake block somebody onto the floor in front of me. It was a beautiful sight. It was an absolutely beautiful sight. He did it hundreds and hundreds of times. Ain't nobody getting past Fabian. So I'm actually gonna say honorarily, because I love the pancake block so much, and also because of the versatility of the pancake, I'm gonna say it's got to be the pancake for me. 100%, it's got to be the pancake for me. I love it, and I do love a crepe as well. I don't like what Fabian here is attacking the crepe for. When I went to France,
I'm not attacking the crepe. It's just
when I went to Paris, I had a Nutella crepe. Yeah. They literally layered the whole thing. It was a double layered crepe. Yeah. It was a crepe, a layer of Nutella, and then another crepe, and then they wrapped it. And that was like a Nutella crepe sandwich, and it was beautiful.
They do it in Chinatown, yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, they do it in Chinatown.
We might be going to Chinatown right after this podcast, guys. But yeah, that's the vibe I'm on.
Okay, so now we come back to Sensei. Yeah. So the crepe. I ain't dissing it. Okay, I'm not dissing the crepe.
You're dissing.
I still got respect for the crepe, but I don't wake up in the morning for a crepe.
I hear that. I hear that.
You know, it's one of those ones. It's a late night. You know, you just had like a burrito or something, and you see the crepe joint. Say, you know, let me get a little crepe. You know.
I hear you. I hear you.
And waffles. Waffles are great, you know, because chicken and waffles is crazy.
Ooh, yeah, for real.
But then I don't know where to go after that. So waffles is alright now and then, but it just gets a bit too much.
Yeah.
But you see them fluffy pancakes. Yeah. Like, you know what? I went Center Parks, and they got a little pancake world or whatever they want to call it. And you can get all kinds of pancakes. I mean, you get a breakfast pancake that's got egg, all kinds of sausage, everything inside the pancake. Like,
that's a lot.
It's mad.
That's a lot.
I didn't get that. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
I like my pancake straight, just maple syrup and some fruit. That's what I need to do.
I hear you on that.
Get the flavour, the real fluffiness. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a pancake guy but I'm fluffy, not crepe, because it's a crepe, not a pancake. Yeah, that's why they call them crepes. So that's why it's invalid. Yeah. So yeah, fluffy pancakes.
Yeah.
The ones, or you see Asda, they used to do back in the day, the 5-pack Asda brand white chocolate pancakes.
I never had them, you know.
Yeah, see what I told you. This is why I'm the food guy. I told you. Anyway.
Next time we're on this pod, you might actually hear us eating pancakes. That might be the next one.
I think they got egg in it, so I'm not gonna try to do that to you.
Okay, so we'll work out. But next time we're on this pod, you guys might be getting some feedback on some pancakes.
I mean, I want some pancakes right now, but yeah, I'm a pancake, so I think there's pancakes all 3 round, man.
That's the first time we've had a unanimous 3-0 win. 3-0 wonder, 3-0 win. So that's incredible. Shout out to Pancakes.
Come on, Jay.
Okay, so final question about living a motivated lifestyle, having a motivated mindset. Are we ready, guys?
Let's go.
Let's get it. Okay, so I know for a fact that all 3 of us have, and almost every single person in the world has gone through a massive setback, a massive knock, a massive loss of some kind in some way. My question to you guys is, when facing your biggest challenge, when overcoming that biggest hurdle, that biggest knockdown, how did you guys pick yourselves back up? What was it that brought you back up to being who you are today and having the mindset that you guys have today to move forwards? That's the question.
Okay, you starting with me?
If you're ready.
We got to be good hosts, right?
I'm not going to give one specific scenario in which there's been a knockdown that I've recovered from. I'm just going to talk about the ways in which I have rebounded from that.
Nice.
I might sprinkle a little bit here, but I'll start off with the first thing. University. I applied to go to university. I didn't get the grades I wanted through personal issues, a variety of things, and that was a massive knock for me. I ended up going through clearing and then going to the university that was in the same city, in Manchester. Shout out to Manchester. I went to Manchester Met. Every single day, I would walk past through the Manchester University campus. That was motivating for me. This is my competition. Now, I wasn't good enough to get in at that point, but I will be better than anyone who goes to this university, if possible. And so I worked hard every single day. When I got to the university, I already had my mind ready to go prepared for the day. Another factor, another coping mechanism that I use is that I'm a scientist by nature. I studied chemistry. I wanted to know what are the chemicals that influence my brain and my body to make the best decisions or the worst decisions. How can I make myself as happy as possible chemically? Because our bodies are just systems to me. It's just another system and another way that I'm trying to game the system. So you've got 4 key happy chemicals in our body. We've got serotonin, we've got oxytocin, endorphins, and there's one other that I forgot, but we'll come back to that one day.
Shout out to that 4th one. It's elusive right now.
It's hiding somewhere, but I'll figure it out by the end of the podcast. So for these, I identified different ways in which I could boost those to the maximum extent. Endorphins. You both exercise. You both play American football. You're both incredibly energetic people, and that's because you exercise. You release those endorphins. Whether you're going out for a 10-minute walk or a 2-hour run, release those endorphins every single day. Give yourself that boost. You deserve it. You deserve it.
You deserve it. Endorphins. I like
Serotonin.
Yeah.
Oh, dopamine. That's
Dopamine.
Dopamine, boy.
Yes, sir.
Dopamine. Food.
Yeah.
Snacks.
Yeah.
We talked about the pancakes, the white chocolate with the pancakes, the juiciness, the
fluffiness.
Reward yourself. If you're working hard, every half an hour, go and get a snack. Go and enjoy something. things in your way that will incentivize you. Incentivize yourself to work harder and be best. Yeah. You enjoy it. Reward yourself because you deserve it. I want to keep saying you deserve it because you deserve all of these things.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Oxytocin is often termed as the love drug. It can be released by hugging someone. I know that's difficult through this pandemic, but even reaching out to someone, even hugging your pillow. When I had a couple lonely nights, I'm not too man to admit it. I'll hug my pillow. Give me
Pillow's
some love.
just comfy, you know.
But now I've got Jed. Every single morning, come with a hug. When Fabian come through,
come on, G, come on.
Release that. You deserve it.
Yeah.
Serotonin, good energy, laughter. Exactly what we do today. Listen to this podcast. Release some serotonin. Listen to this podcast. That's the best advice I can give you.
Yeah.
Find out your ways in which you release those happy chemicals and make yourself as happy as possible, even if you're not feeling great. Even if you're feeling low, that's completely okay. Start releasing those chemicals. Just turn the tap a little bit. You deserve it.
Jeez.
I'm gonna pass the buck.
Oh. Bars.
To the king, because these guys are the kings of energies. So I'm so excited to hear how these guys operate.
He said turn the tap a little bit. That might actually have to become a slogan of us. Turn the tap. Turn the tap on motivation. Turn the tap on joy. Turn the tap on every single thing you deserve. Because like Ethan Caines just said, you deserve it. I love that.
Bro, like, can we just, like I even said earlier, can we just run back that question? Because he just laid so much down so everyone realised what, like, we just talked about there.
Yeah, that was,
like, he's just, like, just went off just then. So.
Yeah, that was incredible. Yeah. So the question was, when facing your biggest challenge, your biggest knockdown, like you so beautifully said earlier, you are the one who picks yourself up. What is it? How is it? How do you pick yourself up? What is it that you do to pick yourself up and to push and to get back to being the motivated master that you are?
So, for me, there's many ways I can go with this. The first way I'm going to get it short and sweet and get it out of the way is, obviously, when I lost mum, that was a big way to come back.
Yep.
And the reason I want to put that in there as well is, like you said about get a hug, release those endorphins. I found that me hugging everyone took their pain away. So, on my mum's actual funeral, I wasn't the one standing there crying. I was the one going around to everyone and hugging them, saying, "Come here, it's good, like, we're all right, we're gonna be okay." Like, because I knew that's what you need. Like, I didn't need that to do it because that's what I did to my mum. So that was that. But yeah, so that the reason I'm saying that, because that was one of the probably the lowest part I've been at. And as I went through life, going through any other challenge was easy.
Yep.
And anytime I got faced to something where I thought, oh, damn, like say I got paid, all money's gone, I ain't got no money, or I can't pay no more bills, I used to say to myself, there's someone worse off than you. Like, I used to get off at Charing Cross every day and I'll see the same guy sleeping on the floor all week. And I thought, I've got a house over my head.
Yeah.
My house is paid for. He's still on the road.
Yeah.
Or it's the case of like, going to jail, only getting, say, a couple months. I was calm. Seeing guys that's got 16, 25 years, seeing kids getting 25-year sentences, and they're calm about it, but not because they're understanding it, more of a case of they just don't know what's going on. They don't know what they're doing. So for me, it's seeing the badness, seeing other like downfalls and thinking, how do I come around that from happening again?
Yeah.
How do I stop myself from getting into that hole?
Yeah.
Because I tell you now, for the people who are watching, the people listening, there's so many different holes you can fall into as a person, and some of them are very deep. Some of them it's just a quick little puddle, and some of them you think you're in the sea. And I think that's what some people need to realise. It can take longer to get back up. And struggles, like even like now we're talking 10 years on, I'm with mum's passing, it's not that I'm completely dealing with it, it's that I'm comfortable with it. I'm comfortable to speak about it. I'm comfortable to tell my friend like, listen, I know what's going on. Some people are just starting that journey. And the same thing with all these little things you're saying to keep motivating, to get yourself back up. It's like I'm saying, it's that whole thing is, how deep is the puddle you're in? How deep do you think you are down? Where do you think the first step is to go? Because sometimes the first step is to go for that walk. Because I tell you one thing I've noticed, I walk everywhere. Cause like I said, put that loft music in. I can't see no one. I'm just walking. I'm like, oh, there's a bus. I need to wait for the traffic light. Like, relax a minute. Yeah. And that's what it is. It's that whole, it's going to the gym. Like, I remember, I think when it first happened, I said, all right, I'm gonna be as fit as I can. And I remember going to college and I was just training twice a day, then training with the basketball team, and then going back in the gym, riding to college, then riding home, going home, eating 12 egg omelets. Like,
no eggs. You don't
eat eggs.
But yeah.
That's what I was on. Like, I was eating whole chickens at college and then eating that in the evening and then training. I remember I just come back from breaking my foot and getting back to this when I was just going up to seniors and coaches seeing me like, right, he's lost weight. All right, he's filled out. I'm like, I've just been training, and it's like I said to a couple of people already. Like when the gym's open this time, I said, I'm going for that now. Yeah. Because I know what that level is, and it's that whole thing like. I took a little dip now, so I don't call that the big where I've fallen down. It's like I said, that's a puddle. Now I'm about to go full throttle and just run through it. Yeah. Because I'm like, okay, I know what to do. We've been here before. And I think that's what a lot of people need to see is once they're taking that drop, you've done it the first time, you go, well, hold on, I've done this before. Yeah. It's not a problem, I've been here before. And I think too many people go down and go, oh, I can't do this is long, I can't get through it. So, but we've been here before. Yep, 100%. Like, stop trying to rush the journey. Like I said, it's your life. No one else ain't racing you. It's you. So yeah. So for me, that's what it is. It's seeing the drop, seeing people drop around me, and seeing how I can turn the whole situation around. Like make a whole 360. If it's been a car crash and no one's hurt by it, the car's out of money. Okay, so how do we get around that? It's how do we stop that from happening again? That's what I like doing. I think that's what keeps me motivated. It's always, I'm a problem solver. I like to solve problems all the time. Anytime I see a problem, I'm like, wait, so how can you... Yeah, that's it. Do it. No, yeah, that's it, man. That's me.
I like that. I like that a lot. I like both of your answers massively because they really depict who you are as individuals, which is really, really nice. Yeah. I think if you can see how somebody motivates himself and picks themselves up, I feel like you understand that person a whole lot better. So I appreciate you guys sharing that. For me, the way I pick myself up and the ways I have picked myself up in those deep, dark moments, the slower moments, the lower moments, I have two things. The first thing is a perspective of gratitude. That is very powerful, and you spoke about it a little bit about just turning on your music and walking, right? I like to, when things are real lost or whatever in my mind, I can't really grab something, I just stop. Because in every single moment, in every single image I can see, in every single sound I can hear, in every single smell I can smell or touch, there is beauty. There is absolute magic in everything I look at. I have an immense amount of gratitude for existing. I have an immense amount of gratitude for taking in the details and the beauty of things that maybe I don't realise are that when I'm moving 100% at full speed. And there is something really powerful when you're forced to stop, right? You can't then go at 100 miles an hour. So what you can do is utilise the small spaces around you, right? Yeah. So I could literally look at my hand and be like, oh damn, there are these creases in my hand that I've never seen before. Yeah. Why and how and what is this? Why does my skin feel this way? All of these things, right? That in itself is finding appreciation in existence itself. And when I find that appreciation and that gratitude for existing and for living, that is something that propels me. So that picks me up first of all, right? And then if I combine that with the mindset that everything I think can become something, I'm unstoppable. I'm 100% unstoppable. If I look at the phone that we are recording this podcast on today, or the camera that we're recording the video on today, at first, both of those things were just thoughts. Yeah. Like, literally a person just had an idea. They just thought, oh, imagine this thing that I could carry around and talk on. What? That was just a thought. And because it then was lived, that thought was lived, it became something. Yeah. So in a way, I feel like we are all magicians. We are all people who can just think something into existence. Because we can, for the most part, we can think our dreams and our goals into existence, because that's what every single thing is. Every single thing is a thought that once was just an idea and has become an actualized idea. And so when I take my gratitude and then align it with this whole alchemist mindset that I like to call it, I feel like I'm unstoppable, and that really turbo boosts me and gets me going. It takes a while, takes a couple of days, couple of weeks, but it really gets me out of that rut, and I start running. So that's how I do that.
And so what you said there is that whole you just stop.
Yeah.
So for me, at first, like with the whole mum thing, first thing 5 or 6 years I couldn't stop. I had to keep going.
Yeah.
The minute I stopped, I felt pain. So I said, if I keep going, I won't feel the pain. So it was like, that's why I was working, doing 15-hour shifts, 13-hour shifts, and it wasn't like it was all back to back. It's where, because I was doing like the whole concert thing, you know, I do the 8 hours at work, then I go to the concert's another 3-4 hours, and you're like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
And I was doing that 4 or 5 times a week, then I was going out at night as well. So it's different, and that now I appreciate that whole stopping and seeing what life is actually like. And I think so many people don't actually do that, when you just stop and actually appreciate where you are. Yeah. Stop looking at what's just in front of you and look what's completely around you and think like, wow, hold on a second. Yeah. This is where I am. And that's what a lot of people do need to do. So yeah, man, great point.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Do we have any final things to talk about as far as a motivated mindset? Because I have one last question that I think is going to create a heated debate.
Oh dear.
I've got one question, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a long answer, but for those people who maybe feel like they haven't got a struggle that motivates them in that way, what tips would you guys give to give them a little push? How do they motivate themselves when they don't have necessarily a difficult event? What about if they feel that their life is good? How do they stay motivated?
Well, first of all, I think the thing to think about there is, who do you want to be? So, because everything I come back to is who do I want to be? How do I want to live? What do I want my life and my legacy to be, right? And so that's where my motivation can stem from. That's where everything I do in my life comes from, really, is who I want to be. And so if somebody's life is going good, first of all, that's sick. That's great. I love that. If your life is going good, congratulations, that's lit. I hope everybody's life is going good. But secondly, it's, okay, if my life is going good, am I who I want to be and where I want to be? And that's the question where, regardless of if you're going great or not, some people can have a great life but feel like, oh, I need a little bit more purpose. I think maybe I want to make more of an impact. You can still strive for that and push for that, even if you think you're going really, really well. There is always a part of life where you know you can move closer to, you know that you can align your dreams more to. And I don't know if I've ever heard of anybody saying, I did every single thing I ever wanted to in my life. And so I think there is always a chance, even if you're completely happy and love life, to push and strive to get closer to something that you've always dreamt of and always wanted to do, or who you've always wanted to be. So I would say, if somebody thinks that their life is good, challenge yourself, who am I? Am I who I want to be? Am I where I want to be? And then go towards that.
I'm going to keep that simple to that question. That question there is, their life is good, but are they good? Because that's what they need to see it as. I say, life can be great. You could be rich, you could have a beautiful family and be happy with everything around you, but are you good?
That's a nugget right there.
Like, that's what you need to check.
Yep.
And that whole thing, when it comes back to, you said, going to the gym, taking time out, like getting a hug or talking to someone, because everything in your life can be fine and you can be happy with it, but internally, in the mind, in your body, are you good with yourself? Because it's that whole thing, you're smiling in a room and everyone thinks you're happy, but really you're not. And it's those people that we most need to be worried about, because they're the people that unfortunately will disappear and they feel like they need to take their lives when they really don't. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Are you good?
Are you good?
I like that. Do you have any more to add to that?
I think you guys answered that very well. I don't need to add any more to that. You did the damn thing.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, sir.
Okay, so it's time for the final question of the day.
The final.
This question, the topic has already created heated debate between some of us already. So it's nice to see this go somewhere.
It's good.
I follow a sports app that is currently in the middle of doing a bracket, a list, a challenge, a competition, a fan voted competition of who is the sport GOAT of GOATs, who is the greatest of all time. They had some people on the list like Serena Williams, Tom Brady, Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt, Mia Hamm, Tiger Woods, people like that. But we don't have to limit ourselves to that list. We can put whoever we want at number one. Who, individually, for each of you, is the GOAT of GOATs? That's the final question today.
You know what? I've answered all of these first. I'm leaving it to you, man. I'm going last. I want to hear what you have to say.
That is the answer of a man who needs 30 seconds to think. And I completely appreciate it because I am currently stalling because I also need those 30 seconds to speak.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. There's so many people you can add to this.
Yeah.
Because so in my head, you said it right. So I'm giving you guys time to think about it. So this is what I'm saying. You when you think about it. This is you said it. And this is what I was thinking about. I said right. Okay, Ronaldo, because he's played in 3 different leagues and he's won 3 different things. And therefore, but hold on, Tom Brady's won obviously 7 rings. But then I think he's only played for 2 teams, but 7 rings is still a lot. Then you think about people like Serena Williams, you think about Usain Bolt, and there's so many people. I'm even thinking about Michael Jordan, but I'm thinking, do I say Michael Jordan because of the shoe, or am I saying Michael Jordan because of the actual athlete? And I start to think about these things there. So there's so much you can put into play. And for me, the final actual GOAT, I go towards... See, even now I'm thinking about who I'm going to say, and I'm thinking, I could say him. Yeah. And, at a minute there, I was going to say Mike Tyson.
Okay.
But the reason why I was going to say Mike Tyson is because of I don't give a damn to the camera. Is that I'm an animal. I don't care. I will kill you. I'll kill your wife. I'll kill your daughter. And it's how can a man say this in an interview?
Yeah, it's true. And
the reason he can say this is because he was an animal in the ring. And that doesn't mean he's a GOAT. But for me, you said it on a couple podcasts ago, it would have to be Muhammad Ali. Because in my head...
Was that your
I'm fuming. I had the whole dialogue set up.
This is why you should have gone first!
But you know why I'm going to say it, but I'm not going to go too deep so everyone can give their reasons, because you can still say and have your reason. This is how I picture it. Picture a room full of sports athletes. What sport athlete turns everyone's head in a room when they open the door? That's my reason for Muhammad Ali. I'll leave it there.
You good, sir.
You know what? It's funny. And I'm not even stalling. It's just a really, really wonderful image of. Imagine a room full of the world's greatest athletes, all of them. Any single person you could think of. I do think actually, looking at it, if they all had walked into the room, the one person who would get the most respect out of all of them, I would say, and the most reverence around them would probably be Muhammad Ali. I could see not a single ego in sight when Muhammad Ali walks into the room, because that is the GOAT, I guess you could say. So yeah, thank you so much for that. I am going to say Usain Bolt. And the reason why, I have never seen a person so single-handedly dominate in their field. It felt like literally no matter what happened, he wins. No matter, if this man turns up at 60%, he wins and potentially breaks a world record. I've never seen that before in my life. It's incredible.
I was thinking about it.
It's incredible. In 2012, when he came to London, it was he wins the 100 to 200 and they probably win the 4x1. Just because he's on the track. And you have that moment almost all the time. You do have that with other athletes. I'm not going to say anybody just in case I accidentally say who Ethan's going for. But you do have that with other moments. But even guys like Brady, Jordan, they lost in big moments. They did lose in critical moments in their career. Even Serena Williams, my favourite athlete of all time, lost in critical moments. And there were moments where she was beaten.
You did it again. I'm not going to do that, but no, I'm so sorry. It's fine. I'm still going to go.
But yeah, so these people, I would say Usain Bolt, I don't know if I've ever had that moment where he was on that track and I wasn't 100% sure, as well as the rest of the world, that man was about to do it and potentially break a world record just because he felt like it.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going to say Usain Bolt.
Yeah, I mean, any man to break a world record jogging is kind of taking the piss.
Yeah, if you can be all celebrating and patting your chest and still run 100 metres faster than any other human has ever done it, you've got to be some kind of incredible human being.
He was up there.
I'm going to give a special mention to Simone Biles for dominance at Olympics back to back. I know dominance in the next Olympics. I'm rooting for her. I wanted to touch on Ali. Like you said, the reverence is incredible, and I was also thinking of the GOAT of all goats has to be someone who not only has a consistent impact in their field, in their sport, in the ring. In our example of mine, dominant, embarrass people for fun, confident in abundance, but also has the impact off the pitch, out of the ring, and the words that he spoke carries through generations and generations to come should know the words of Muhammad Ali. And now I'm going to go on to my GOAT of all goats. I'm surprised that Jed didn't say it because I think that's potentially his other GOAT of all goats. Serena Williams, someone that we all revere and we look up to and is a picture of brilliance. This is a black woman in a white woman's sport, white man's sport, a white person's sport, who has dominated for more than 20 years.
Yeah, amazing.
I cannot say, apart from living and breathing and having breakfast every day, one thing that I can do consistently good for 20 years.
Yeah, it's true.
To do that, to also go through all of to speak about all of the things that she's gone through as a mother. For example, she had a blood clot that the doctors refused, that they weren't aware of because she was a black woman. She knew about the issue because she had done research, she had been through it before, but they didn't listen to her until it was almost too late and she almost lost a leg. To go through all of that, to rebound and then to win Grand Slams again, as a black woman, as someone that is mocked on and off the pitch for her blackness, for the fact that she is a woman, is incredible. She is the GOAT of all goats, both on the field and off the field, and her impact is immeasurable across sport.
That's 100% right. That's 100% right.
Very big.
And that is the reason why Serena Williams is my favourite athlete of all time. And it's funny, I just didn't want to repeat myself because I've mentioned Serena Williams in almost every single podcast.
I'm not gonna lie, I was so surprised it didn't say Serena Williams. I was like, here we go.
So I appreciate that you brought Serena into the pod because she is that. Some incredible answers. Thank you so much. Ethan, any last words on the podcast, on life? Tell the people what you feeling.
Thank you again for having me. I always appreciate the energy in this room. Like when I came into this room after going out to get a drink, it was buzzing. I was tingling all the way up my arm. Goosebumps.
No, man, that's what we do.
Remember, you can motivate yourself. You have to be at times your own motivation. You can allow others to be your motivation. You can allow superstar athletes. Serena Williams should be your motivation. Release the happy chemicals. You deserve it. Turn on the tap. Get started. Just a little bit. All you need is a drop, and that can push you a long way. That's from me.
Yeah. I mean, like, what can I say? It's not a race if it's your life. That's what I'm gonna say. You need to keep telling yourself that you're there trying to go 100 miles an hour, but who are you racing? So you need to tell yourself. And it's been great. I loved every minute of it as usual. People keep watching, subscribe, share it, love it, and live it. My bro.
Share it, love it, and live it. That's all we need to say. Guys, have an incredible week. It's been a blessing. We will catch you next week after probably eating some pancakes. We are out. Peace!